Hi everyone, welcome to the fitness assignment. So far we've done most of our fitness testing and recorded the results, and you'll remember we did that on our record sheets. Those record sheets looked like this, and they had everything in there, including the hand grip test, the sit-up test, the sit and reach, and so on. The only one we haven't done is the aerobic capacity test, which we're going to do next week. Those result sheets should be available for you today in this lesson for you to grab and have a look at. You can then sit down with your partner and work out what results you got, where you fell in terms of being poor or not so well compared to other bits where you might be really excellent or good at what you did. You can then start planning what your strengths and weaknesses are. And from working out what your strengths and weaknesses are, you can then start creating a training package for each other. You're going to refer to the person that you're doing your training package for as the client. And this is great practice, so if you're ever thinking about getting into being a personal trainer or a fitness coach of any sort, whether it's for a football club or a netball club or anything like that, this is your opportunity to have a little bit of a trial at it. And as you go about creating your training package for your client, I want you to consider how you're going to present the package. So is it going to be a PowerPoint presentation? Is it going to be a Word document? Remember, you're making this for your partner that you're working with, and you want to make it sort of pretty awesome for them to look at and to work out what they need to do. And so it has to have good content and information, and it has to be appealing to look at as well, so that they want to pick it up and actually do the training session. And to do that, you're going to work out what they want to improve. So you need to talk to your partner. So they'll show you their results from the results sheet, and then you'll have a discussion about, well, I don't really want to improve this, but I want to improve that. And then from there you can create your training session. So how do you go about doing that? Good question. First you're going to work out what they want to improve, and then you have to also consider how enjoyable your session's going to be. Because if it's not very enjoyable, they're not going to want to do your training session. So making it fun and challenging is the best way to do this. Now, something to consider as part of your assignment, the training program should look like a circuit training session. I've given you an example here. Basically, a circuit training session means that the person continues to exercise continuously, but they move from station to station. So you can see this person here starts with sit-ups, and then they move to push-ups, then they move to a seated wall position, and they hold that for a set amount of time, and then there's other parts that they work their way through. So you can create a series of exercises that target that person's goals, and then they can work through them. And one of the things to consider when you're doing your training program, you don't want your person to get too tired. So to help them out, you're going to alternate what muscle groups they use. So in the first one, they're using their core body strength. In this one, it's a little bit of core body strength still, but it's mainly using your upper body. Here, core strength, but using the lower legs, so the upper body gets a rest, and so on. So as you rotate round, this is arms, this is legs, but slightly different. It's more core in the middle and arms. So rotating through your actions. Now you're probably wondering, where is the assignment? Well, here it is. It's on Daymap. Click on Daymap, go to the files, and it should be called the 2014 Fitness Personal Training Task. So you can click on that, open it up. It's a Word document, and it looks like this. So here's the assignment. You've been doing the fitness testing in class. Today it's all about putting together your assignment. Remembering we have a limited time to do this assessment, so I wouldn't waste 1 minute of today's lesson. If you can get all this under it'll be fantastic. You need to create a title page, a table of the results, so you can get them this sheet here. So talk to your partner, what were their results, have a look through here, and then find a way to document it into your own assignment. Once you've documented everyone's results for your client, sorry, not everyone's, but yours, you then need to identify their strengths and their weaknesses. So where did they do well and where do they need to maybe improve? Then you need to talk to your client and find out what do they want to get out of this. So they might identify that they want to improve their weaknesses, or they might choose their strengths because that's part of their sport that they like to play. So you really need to have a chat to your client and work out what they would like to do. Then becomes the big part. You now need to create a circuit training session that will be used in one lesson here at school where your client can then complete the session. So when you plan your circuit training session, it's really important that you consider the following. Consider what is available to use at school. You need to use all the different types of equipment that's only available here. There's no use planning for them to use a trampoline when none exist at school. You then need to consider, will my client be able to do these things? So don't make the challenges for them and the exercises for them too hard to be completed. Third, have I planned it well in terms of time? Have you considered how long it's going to take for your client to do the activity that you set? So if you send them to do, say, a 1 kilometre run because they want to improve their aerobic capacity and it takes them over 75 minutes, it's probably not going to be ideal. So have a think about how long things take to do. And last and most importantly, what instructions will I need to give to my client? Will they know what it means to do burpees, or will I need to explain how to do a burpee? These things need to be considered in order for you to be able to create a very successful training session. Remembering that you also need to include a warm-up or a cool-down, and these can be anything that are listed here or something alternative that you might have thought about. The main session will include running that circuit session. Here it says 8 to 10, maybe consider putting in 8 to 10 different activities. And remember that your person wants to improve their fitness as well as enjoy the activities. So, plan ahead. Last but not least, if you have a look at the assignment sheet, the rubric is here. It looks pretty awesome. These are the things you're being assessed on. So have a read through. And you'll notice even further down, there's a client rubric. You get to assess how well your partner's training program worked. So have a read through these. You're going to be assessed for how well you communicate with your partner, how well your organisation is, motivation, how much motivation and encouragement do you give people, and how well was your program planned. And I'm going to encourage everyone to give a really honest feedback in terms of their client rubric. So thank you. That's our fitness training program assignment in a nutshell. So you've got this lesson and maybe one more to get your planning done, but I would try and get it all done today. So enjoy. Cheers.